Well, we welcome you to Blues Game Day Live alongside Joe Vitale, Darren Pang here in the desert. It's a rainy day in the desert. That's an oddity, Joe.
It is. And Valentine's Day at that, too.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, bud.
I
was thinking about you this morning, and I woke up. I said,
pal.
you know what? You make my heart go pang.
You make my... Well, so does the way the Blues are playing right now. They've won 7 in a row. They're looking for their 8th win in a row. The first time they could have a streak like that since 2000 and 2001. That's with the great McGinnis and Pronger and Quenneville and those teams. So this is quite an accomplishment, Joe. I mean, the entire league has taken notice of what the St. Louis Blues are doing.
Well, it's a great accomplishment, and it started a few weeks ago. But I love the way the team's been building, and you mentioned noticing around the league. The Blues now have a big target on their back. They're not going to surprise any teams any longer. You look at the road trip we have here, all teams in the conference, all fighting for that wild card spot. These are going to be some playoff games here coming up, and it starts here in Arizona tonight.
And a little payback, too. Last time the Blues were here in Arizona, boy, Clayton Keller, the St. Louis boy, put on a show. It was a bit of a thumping right there, and the boys have memories like elephants, so they'll be ready for this one.
Yeah, it was right after that Colorado, that emotional game in Colorado where Parayko scored the overtime winner, a back-to-back. They came in a little bit sleepy, and Arizona took advantage of. And the St. Louis native, you're right, Clayton Keller, he had quite a night that night.
Well, you played here in Arizona. You know that sometimes an opponent can come in here and kind of take things for granted. Maybe it's not the capacity crowd we've seen in places like Nashville or in Tampa Bay. So how do the players get themselves ready for a game like this inside that room before they get out on the ice?
Well, I think it's just a focus, a mental focus about playing the same way they've been playing. And I know it's kind of cliche to say, but I looked at that New Jersey game, and I would say that's more of a mental toughness game than I think the Tampa and Nashville game. You know you're facing the Nashville Predators. You know you're facing the Tampa Bay Lightning, the best team in the league, arguably, at that point. But to go in and face the New Jersey Devils the way they did, they could have let up. They could have taken the night off. They could have mentally escaped from that game. But to me, that showed a lot of maturity, a lot of mental toughness to come into that game, and they're going to need that same kind of swagger here tonight.
And Joe, one guy showing a lot of maturity and mental toughness would be Vladdy Tarasenko. He's got himself a 9-game point streak. That's a career best. I mean, I know that you've just joined us in the broadcast booth, but you've watched the Blues play. Is this the best that you've seen him play? This is the best for me. The best all-around hockey that I've seen him play, and it looks like he's having the most amount of fun.
It does, and I think that from up top, he's at the point now where I feel it in the broadcast booth. When he gets the puck, everyone in the building starts kind of inching up a little bit closer.
Is there an anticipation of crescendo?
A little bit.
Crescendo of anticipation?
A little bit.
There is,
and I felt it in St. Louis the other night, and he's got his release. It's just so incredibly snappy. It's like pop. It's right off his blade, and he's putting it where he wants it. He's getting to those kind of rough and tough kind of areas, but it's been a great little run here for the Blues, and it starts with Vladdy. And, you know, Panger, you're on the bench. I mean, how does the bench feel compared to, let's just say, 2 months ago when things weren't going as well?
It's night and day, Joe. I mean, there were times where our producer on Fox Sports Midwest, Timmy Paps or John Kelly's up there and asking how is it down there, and you'd be like, it's really quiet. There's just no jump. They're slamming the gate shut really hard. They're slamming the sticks on the boards really hard. Now, even in the game against New Jersey, where let's face it, that was an incredible display of puck possession and quick movement and technique and everything that goes along with a great hockey game for the Blues. But even when it was at 4-0, 5-0, 5-1. The bench was alive, letting the guys know what's going on. Heads up, no, guys, keep it going. Play this way. It's a resounding amount of confidence that they have right now on that bench. So those are the good things. They're sticking up for one another. They're playing like a team, and they're battling for one another, which I didn't see that in the early going. I think they have figured this out in a big way. Yeah. Playing for one another is a magical secret, isn't it?
You know what? When Jaden Schwartz, to your point about the bench, when he scored a goal,
that was unbelievable.
Man, they zoomed in on the bench, and I've never seen Craig Berube smile so big, and the whole bench just lit up like they won the Stanley Cup. I mean, the poll they're doing for Jaden Schwartz and what he means to this team, and I still believe he is the bloodline for the St. Louis Blues lineup.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's just such an energetic guy, and shift after shift when he gets going. And I think we were both talking about this, Joe, that I know the players, they need to score. They feel like they let down their teammates when they're not scoring goals if you're a goal scorer. But, man, he was playing hard. If you're dogging it, not playing hard, well, then now no one's cheering for you. Right. But when you play as hard and try as hard as he did, and, by the way, he changed his stick pattern before that last game.
You called that.
And that was that's something that, more guys tweak with their tape or their curve or their pattern. And he stayed with that that other stick that he changed at the beginning of the year, and I'm kind of liking this one here.
Yeah, he looked pretty snappy.
Keep shooting it.
He's been shooting it. He's been getting his chances, but to finally get on the board, you hope that just gives you confidence. I was talking to him on the plane a little bit yesterday, and he just has a different aura about him. He looks more excited, and now he's got that monkey off his back. So look for him to continue to improve here tonight.
I think it was a T-Rex.
Yeah,
it was bigger than a monkey.
Building like an Eiffel Tower or something. I don't know.
The Blues getting a lot of offense from their defense again. Nice to see the captain, Alex Pietrangelo, getting that puck up the ice with authority. It starts with that game in Nashville where I know it was a broken down power play, but he ends up shooting it, using his instincts, and it looks like he's gaining a little bit more confidence.
Yeah, he's got some jump. He's moving up the ice, and I look at Joel Edmondson. Joel Edmondson's back there. He's kind of protecting the back end right there, and Pietrangelo, I think, feels he can trust him on the back end, so he can jump up more in the offense, and he did it right there. I mean, what a goal scorer's goal that was when he picked it off from O'Reilly and kind of went forehand, backhand under the bar last game. He's jumping in the offense, and it's really good to see because, when the defense can contribute as well, that's when things really start heating up.
Okay, when you were playing your best hockey, and you're whether you're on the third line or whether you're on the fourth line,
always fourth line.
Okay, whether you're scrapping, skating, doing whatever, what's the feeling like when you're contributing, goal scoring, and the guys on the bench are like every time you're out there you're getting chances. This Mackenzie McEachran and Ivan Barbashev and Robert Thomp's got a 3-game point streak right now. I mean that's the complete hockey team there, starting with that fourth line.
Oh, it's a great feeling because it's a great feeling just to go out there and get your hits, dump the puck in. I mean, it's your job. You want to grind teams down. You want to be matched up against other teams' top lines, which this line has done. But to chip it in the way they have, I mean, it's really encouraging to see, and no one's more excited on that bench for a fourth liner to score. I mean, it's just
they are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mackenzie McEachran, he chips that one in, or Ivan Barbashev, what he's done.
That was a goal scorer's goal, though.
Oh, my
it's like he's done that 100 times in the league.
It's terrific. I mean, whenever you can get some extra depth back there, some goal scoring from that fourth line, it just is going to help you out.
Well, now as a team, they're going to have to play a tough, rugged game. Rick Tockett's got these Coyotes rolling right now, Joe, and not going to be an easy contest. Of course, we're in Pacific time. Get to the dials. It's going to be a little later for you. You got the time now?
Right.
Well,
it's 7 o'clock
game,
here, so it's going to be
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
It's a 1 hour difference, Joe.
But it's Valentine's Day, so everyone should be up.
It's Valentine's Day. Yep, everybody should be up all night long, eating chocolate.
Lovers, get together. Let's watch a Blues game.
I think that's a great call tonight. On the radio side, on KMOX, that 50,000-watt blowtorch with Chris Kerber and Joe Vitale. Their pregame show will be at 7:30. And on Fox Sports Midwest, I'll have the call alongside the great John Kelly. Same thing there with Bernie and Scott back in the studio. So hope you have a great day. Those are the hands of Chris Kerber.
Is that a ghost?
It's a ghost, all right. You can hear that ghost from anywhere.
I know it. Deep old ghost.
So have a great day. Happy Valentine's to everyone. And stay safe out there for Joe Vitale. I am Darren Robert Pang.